Emma has been passionate about nature and plants ever since she was young. This passion continued into adulthood, where the world's injustice against people, animals, and plants drove her to take action and find a home within Global Generation's paper garden. She is also my work colleague and has recently become a new young mum, just like me.
You know, like I found it difficult for to go to spaces and feel comfortable with my little one, especially like being by myself sometimes, and that challenge. But here, I guess the location in itself, like how easy it is to get to as well. And you would never expect, you know, a place like this to be here.
No,
if it was
yeah. We spent a good couple of years as like nomads, not really having a home, building this site now, trying to figure out how we were gonna get a completed classroom, which is the one that we're in now, and that's a really significant milestone for Paper Garden. I think it was set up in 2017, so quite a while ago now. And not once have we had like a functioning kitchen for Diva to make great food in. Not once have we had like a heated space that's like proper, that has windows. Now we have like everything. We have like 100 windows. We've got like amazing walls built by the local community, and it's a place where everyone can be and run around in. I mean, I haven't actually experienced it yet, because as soon as I went on maternity, it was finished like a couple of months after 2 years of building and creating the garden. I went on maternity, and then it was opened a couple of months later.
Like, I don't know about for you, I like being a mum too. There's not a lot of places out there. Does it feel like that?
No, I actually found it really hard, especially when they're really little, to get out and find places that are accessible or like open for a certain amount of time. You don't have to be there on time, and things like that. And I was very used to being on time for stuff. And now I'm like, I'm not just have to accept that that's not a thing.
The fact that you just said that, I'm literally going through that right now. And even though like Zuri's like older, I was just going like soft play or, you know, places, as you say, you can just go, you don't have like a set time. I heard there was a very, very interesting fact in particular about Paper Garden in terms of this wall here actually. What is the materials that it's made out of?
So it's a cob mix. It's not strictly cob, it's a lime mortar, so it's not got straw in it. So we went for a lime mortar rather than cob. And that is lime, sand and water. So it's a really old method of building with that Glenn's our like builder, does lots of things around sites, and he's really passionate about using like traditional ways and using the earth to build with.
What's it been like for you, like, you know, becoming a new mum and like that transition?
I think it's really it's been hard to adjust to. The one thing that I found really difficult was adjusting to not listening to what other people are saying, and to kind of trust in your gut. Yeah. And I think that is like something that we're not really in tune with so much traditionally anymore, to kind of trust your feeling around certain things, like everything to do with her care, and like not listen to like all of these like things from the internet and everything, and just kind of go with the flow a bit more. And I've got that now, like I can do that and like switch off from those other things. But at first I really felt this external pressure.
So you guys run sessions here, right? So how do like people kind of book or get involved with some of the sessions that are run here?
So there's a mix of things. So we have sessions for young people ages, I think 10 to 18. So and they're after school, and they're the ones that you work with Malika with, and that's amazing because that's like so many local young people now are involved in that. And then there are the under 5 session, which we've also just been at for the little ones on Fridays that Afi's doing. And then we have school groups which come and visit, which Jack runs, and so they come like a few times a week, different classes from really local schools. And then we're always looking for like new partners and stuff like that for people to come visit. We tend to be hyper local, so lots of really local organisations, other youth groups that might not have access to a garden, that kind of thing. I found it really humbling, like as I said with the time thing, it's like you're not on your own schedule anymore, and like you appreciate like the tiny things so much more. And I was never a person for detail, I was more of an overview, whereas you have to like use a different part of your brain almost and kind of tune in to like tiny things that they're doing. And that is like, it made me feel really in touch with my animal self. Like how do I navigate the world in a way that is so connected to nature? And I know like your birth story, like how much you wanted that to be, and it was like so beautiful and so in tune with the world, like the natural world.
Yeah.
And I think you can like, I've really felt like I listened to you say that and tell that story, and to be able to like transform that into like being a mum as well. Like
100%.
how do you keep those things going? Like
you had a good amount of time for paternity leave as well. How was that for you? Because I know that's one of the big things for mums as well, like what you're speaking about, getting back to work is like something that is kind of pressured for some women as well, like getting back into work so often, you know, like how was that experience for you too?
Yeah, we're blessed, aren't we? We're blessed. So Global Generation have given me my holiday, so it's about 10 months off, which is really good, and I know they're developing a paternity policy as well, which is also just as important, right? Like, we're really lucky, and that's what I'm talking about, like looking after staff and like rethinking how we do things, so that it can be more in tune with nature. Why would we have had to have time off work if you go back thousands of years to be a mum? Like to a certain extent, like, well, obviously life was hard in some ways, but you would have had like in hunter-gatherer, like your baby would have been strapped to you through everything.
Yeah. When you was growing up, was there like loads of spaces like this, or?
I mean, I was really lucky. I grew up in a town and like outside of London, so they do tend to be a bit greener. So we did have parks and we had a garden. My parents even had an allotment at one point.
Cool.
So like I was super duper lucky in that sense. But that's what makes me want to do that with her, because I remember that from my childhood, and I remember how good that was for me, for like my mental health. Like if I had like a problem at school or something, I would come home and my mum would take me out for a walk, and like that would be the way to kind of mentally like process everything. And like our staff team, quite a few people are either mums or parents, or like the idea of being a parent in a different way as well when you think about it, like we're carers, like people that want to care for things outside of our like work environment as well. Like that's about that balance, that work-life balance, which is really easy to talk about and very hard to put into practice. But because when you're passionate about something, when you're passionate about your work, it's really hard to then, well, I've personally in the past found that difficult to like split work, because it's also your morals and it's also like how you frame yourself in the world. And then but then when you have a little one, it does shift, the perspective shifts quite a bit, but it's actually also still similar. So yeah,
definitely. So thank you so much, Emma.
That's all right. Thank you, Kwesia. Thank you, Kwesia.
Thank you for watching. At the end of this video series, we'll follow a 10-episode podcast show. So stay tuned for some more amazing nature and holistic game changers. If you would like to donate to Global Generation and their works, please check the description box below. Like, share, comment, and hit the bell for the latest notifications. See more details and social links in the description box. Be safe and share your comments below.